and doing the remodel, and Leeds has a remodel category also.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell them about that rating thing that goes in and shows the live feedback.
Oh, the dynamic plaque.
The dynamic
So
plaque in
you
Chicago.
You guys have probably seen this in buildings before. They have this electronic gizmo. It's kind of round, and it shows you in different colors for all these categories: energy, water, how the building is performing live.
Wow.
And here's how much power that the PV system is generating, but here's how much power we're using. So net, you know, we're using this much energy instead of this much energy, right? So there's a lot of cool things that are happening out there with technology in this world. So there's different levels of LEED certification, and the higher you go up, hopefully, if it was done right, the more energy efficient your property will be, and the more water efficient your property will be. So it's not about silver and gold or a plaque. That's not what it's about, because some people still think that. So why would you want to use this LEED ND? Remember, this is the neighborhood development. This is the one for a master plan community. What's a clear guideline for implementing all the things John was up here talking about? And I said, like I said before on that checklist, that takes you into minute detail on some of the things you need to consider if you're doing a smart growth community. You contribute to your reputation as a leader in sustainability if you're somebody that's doing it. Avoiding environmental and community concerns. You know, I think that's why some of the people who are here today, we have concerns, some of us, with what's happening with our water supply and such. You know I certainly am. LEED certification is an independent third-party certification. There's a lot of this greenwashing going on out there, right? Companies are saying their products are green or natural, but with no proof of it. They're greenwashing. LEED is a third-party certification. That means I'm not saying that my building's green, right? Some third independent party says that, excuse me, that my building is green, right? Very important for that third party verification. So that's why I like the LEED system. It's easy to understand, it's easy to implement, and it shows you how to do these things. So some of the benefits: reduced cost of infrastructure investment by locating near existing developments. If we keep our stormwater on our site, you know, we're not overloading the storm drain system. If we're not using as much energy, APS doesn't need to build another nuclear power plant in our backyard, right? That kind of a thing is what we're looking at. Reinvigorates existing neighborhoods, right? And helps to design new neighborhoods. Improves human health through increased walkability. Restores ecosystems and any associated environmental hazards that may be associated with development. And there's a lot of them. So for owners and developers, you can design an economically viable community that people want to live in, right? It's a forward-looking design that considers water and energy and that takes advantage of the sunlight that we get. So, you know, there's a lot of developers out there. Oh, sorry, wrong slide. That's just joking. A lot of developers could care less about this. A lot of developers could care, and architects and engineers too are out there, don't know what we're even talking about. I'm good, I have a water. Thank you though. So for community and local governments, reduce the cost of infrastructure. You know, we were talking about repairing roads and such before, right? Well, guess what? The storm drains under that road and the sewer system's under that road. And once, would you say 50 years for a sewer system, you know? So that's under normal use. But if we can maybe treat some of our black water some way, which there are ways to do it, maybe we don't overload those storm drain systems and those sewer systems. So we're reducing the cost. It doesn't cost more, actually costs less to do this. Improving human health, of course. Who doesn't want to do that if you're a governmental leader? Restoring those ecosystems. And again, it's that clear guideline that we're looking for. So, smart location and linkage is that first category in LEED ND. So we're trying to avoid urban sprawl and protect the resources that we have. Those are the kinds of things that are in there. Melissa, give me 5 minutes when I'm getting close. 5? Okay. So neighborhood design is another category. So we're promoting the walkability, trying to get some cars off the road, basically. And then green infrastructure and buildings. Again, if we're doing this development that's sustainable, we want sustainable buildings within those developments. We have one of the most sustainable, largest in the world LEED ND communities being developed right now in the state of Arizona. Has anyone heard of Novus? Some people said they did, some people they didn't. Well, this is over at ASU. So ASU is developing that whole area, really where the golf course used to be. Right? Okay, that was nice open space and everything, but you know, development has to happen, so if we're gonna do it, let's do it in a sustainable way. But ASU is in partnership with Catellus as the master developer to do this. So this is a mixed-use destination. With these lights, the killer isn't coming out that well, but you can see here's the football stadium, here's the basketball stadium. So this is happening all along the lakefront and all along to the east there, which is, that's where the golf course was. And they are implementing LEED for neighborhood developments. I'm working for Catellus to do this. And by the way, this is a 10 to 20 year development project, right? So, you know, ASU's #1 in innovation. They're the biggest sustainability college in the world, or in the US anyway. So this is something that they really wanted to do. And here's the master plan for that. I don't know if you can see the legend over there, but this is where Marina Heights, right along the lake, you know, the State Farm building, the glassy buildings that they'll never be able to heat or cool. That's right here. And then all these other, here's the athletic village here, here's where the golf course is, or soon to be was. And they're breaking it down into some different phases. But this is a major development in landlocked Tempe. Don't we have Tempe people in here?
Yes.
Okay, if I'm misspeaking on anything, correct me.
My fraternity was right there.
Oh.
They wiped it right out.
Where?
Huh?
Right there?
Sigma Nu, right there, that blue one, right there next to the
Awesome.
basketball place.
So some of the things here that they wanted to commit to was being an adaptive, all-inclusive urban environment. It's a world-class destination for businesses and entertainment, etc. Sustainable, dedicated to creating that smart city, smart development. And it's ASU driven, so they are looking long-term there, ASU. So I think it's a really cool development. And I'm gonna show this anyway, even though Melissa.
A new reality unfolds. Built with better ideas and bigger possibilities. It's a reality that turns the world on its head. We're rethinking, recrafting, and revealing 330 acres at the crossroads of the Valley of the Sun and building remarkable possibilities.
What we're basically doing here is we're taking an existing city attached to a very, very substantial airport next to an even larger city, the city of Phoenix, adjacent to this world-class, highly innovative, high-speed, technologically advanced, highly scaled university where you have access to knowledge, access to people, access to raw talent, access to diversity, access to new ideas, access to all the things that can help you be successful.
By creating an adaptive urban environment conceived and built with sustainability as a design condition and powered by smart city elements, we're creating a new model for what innovative urban cities can be. And we're not stopping there. We're imagining a place that enhances the experiences of employees, employers, and entrepreneurs through integrated city design. Providing enhanced fan and athlete experiences through technology, sponsorships, and global alliances. Creating nightlife and daylife with world-class restaurants, hotels, shopping, and a constant flow of events. We're building Novus Innovation Corridor, a place where thousands can live responsibly and comfortably, tapping into technology, education, and the best in health and wellness.
Imagine a highly creative, highly scaled, technologically advanced place and you just need to plug into it.
We're rethinking it all. Our hopes for the future, our needs for today, and the sky's the limit.
That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
It's happening right here, right now, it's happening. So it's not like it's not happening, it's happening right now. I can show you some examples of this. So ASU has partnered with Catalyst out of Austin, Texas, by the way.
That's right.
And they have done this before. Mission Bay in San Francisco, there's a project there in Austin, John's probably familiar with. But Catalyst is the master developer in partnership with ASU on this. Now, all these sub-developers are gonna be coming in doing the individual buildings and the individual neighborhoods. Now, I could stop right now, or I just have a couple slides on buildings. Do you want me to stop or keep going?
Couple slides,
Okay, a couple
because
slides.
it's good stuff.
All right, Marina Heights, this is the glass building, right on, you've seen that, right? That's already done, that's kind of first phase, it was before the whole lead MD came about. The stadium renovation, the Reinvention, I don't know if you guys have seen this, you've been to that stadium, but it's nothing like it used to be. It's pretty enjoyable to go to a game here, and it's something that's gonna be open 365 days a year to the public. The next phases, you can see we have this Rio Salado and rural neighborhood, Rio Salado Creative Office Park, University and rural. So they're breaking it up into different phases. And here's some of the community impacts that it's gonna have. It's gonna create a lot of jobs, right? Gonna create a lot of rentable office and multifamily space. And let's face it, Arizona's growing. You saw his slide on population, right? ASU's growing. Let's just do it in the right way. You know, you can't tell people not to have babies and such. So if we keep growing and people keep coming here, let's just do it in a smart way. It shows, I don't know if you can see this, but it just points out some of the buildings that are in this second phase coming up. One of them is this 777 tower. I'm working on this building with Ryan Companies. So it's an office building with some mixed use in there, some retail, et cetera, and it's under construction right now. This building too is going to be done by Catalyst, the master developer. They're going to actually act as the sub-developer on this too. So that one is not under construction yet, but it's coming. Here's a hotel, Hyatt Hotel, that is under construction. Right there, you go to ASU, right down Rural Road to University, and it's on your right-hand side. You can't help but to see it. So pretty exciting stuff. There's a parking garage going in there, and all parking garages, standalone parking garages, have to have what they call a Park Smart certification, right? To make sure that the parking garage is energy efficient. Because believe it or not, they use a lot of energy also, right? Maybe it can act as a support for PV panels and stuff too. Aspen Heights is a multi-family project. I'm doing this one also. It's the third building going up there, and this is from a company from Austin, Texas is actually doing this, and I'm trying to think of, RTKL is the architect, which is from Austin. They're doing that. And then, you know, there's a food hall that's gonna be there, and again, with the lights, it's kind of hard to see some of these. But you can see there's a retail district. You can see this spine that goes right up the middle over there and how it relates to some of those buildings. ISTB 7 is under construction. I believe it's supposed to be done next year. Phase 3, this is in progress. This is, let me see, there's a basketball stadium. So this is Rural Road coming down here. This is University. So that shows you the 777 tower, and that's the Hyatt Hotel. So you can see that there's 777 tower, there's Hyatt over there. So they're in the middle of all this right now, and it's happening. The athletic village is kind of to the east out here. So they're gonna have all the athletic fields and softball and basketball and football and everything out there. You can see that golf course has been pretty much abandoned and scraped, and that's where they're gonna develop some of this stuff. So here's President Crow's quote on this. The innovation corridor will be a constantly evolving illustration of how local and global enterprises can partner to put innovative research and technology into practice in the greater community. So I feel it's all about choice. Again, people are coming here, our population's growing, Arizona's growing, so we need to choose whether we're gonna do it right or whether we're gonna do it wrong. That's really where we're at right now. So I challenge you guys out there to expand the focus, your personal focus, and your company's focus, maybe beyond how you've been thinking about development or houses or commercial buildings, right? Synergize with other people that are doing it. There's a lot of people that are into this right now, and thank God for those folks. So remember to think green, design green, and build green. And I'll stick around afterwards if anyone has any questions or wants to talk. Here's my contact information. Thanks for having me.